Hello everybody and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Captain America from the Thor or Bro Thor or Thorbowski Build-A-Figure wave of figures. Here we have Captain America displayed in the front window with his Build-A-Figure piece and shield, and he's wearing his 2011 Avengers uniform. On the side we have some pretty cool artwork there of Captain America, and it's going to be the same on both sides. On the back we get a larger view of that picture, along with the read-up. The All-American hero Captain America charges into the battle for justice. And then we also have all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Thor Build-A-Figure, and at the bottom you do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at Captain America. And here is Captain America outside of his packaging, and if you are new to collecting Marvel Legends and you're curious just how far the line has come over the years, pick up this figure. It is a repainted, reissued version of Captain America that we received some years ago. In fact, I don't even actually have the original version of this figure. I wasn't collecting at the time, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's a bummer that we're getting a reissue and repaint of almost a decade-old figure, but at the same time, if you don't have a Avengers-inspired Captain America, it's actually kind of nice to get that from Hasbro. So I'm actually okay with getting it, just because it does have the lighter blue Avengers-inspired colors, and it'll look good on the MCU shelf in the Avengers 1 display. So that is kind of cool. Now, when standing straight up, this version of Captain America is coming in at 6.5 inches tall, which makes him 16.5 centimeters tall, so he is your average size. He does come, of course, with his Build-A-Figure piece for Thor, and then he does come with the shield, which I'm not going to go into the shield too much. We've seen the shield so many times now. So it's a shield. It's round, it's painted, it works. But with that being said, since we're skipping the shield, let's just jump right in and take a look at Captain America. And here's Captain America up close, and it's some good-looking paint. It's not too shabby on things like the A. Actually came out very good, and then around the face came out looking good, and you can tell it uses the newer paint technology to make it look a little bit sharper. He's got a little bit of blue on his nose, though. But overall, not a bad paint or sculpt, even though this is, if I'm not mistaken, the original head sculpt as well, so it is an old head sculpt. But it still looks pretty good. And then looking down at the rest of the body, so we have just the lighter blue color that he did have in those earlier days of the MCU. One ugly thing, though, he does have those hideous shoulder joints that have the peg showing through on there, so you get an interruption there in the design. And then he has one solid piece for the forearms there, so it doesn't look bad, though, because you don't really have any paint on there except for right there. And the star came out looking actually pretty well painted too. Not too bad. And you'll notice around the blue on the upper torso, there's some hints of like some light blue. I don't know if that the camera's picking it up, but there's like some light blue spattering throughout, just, I don't know, kind of giving it a little bit more detail, I guess, but it only seems to be on the torso. It doesn't seem to go through the arms and down the legs. Belt looks good. Get these terrible hip joints again as far as the look goes, with just a nasty thigh cut. But overall, the paint and everything like that, and the sculpt work was actually pretty decent for its time. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, taking a look at the articulation, so the head can move side to side as expected. Now, one thing, I don't know what the deal is, but this joint, man, he can look down just fine, and he can look up, but this neck joint was really stiff, so there's him looking up, but boy, there we go. Arms can come up pretty far there. You do have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then he does have a rotation right there at the forearm, and then as mentioned, it is all one piece, so there's no hinge, no swivel at the wrist anyway, so you're stuck with these arms, which is certainly something that we're not used to with modern Marvel Legends. He does have a diaphragm joint, which gives him a little bit of side to side, forward, backward, and then of course twisting. So no ab crunch, just the diaphragm joint, and then no waist articulation aside from that diaphragm joint. Legs can actually come apart completely because, again, the old style joints here, that's just how they worked. He does have an upper thigh cut, double jointed knee. There is no type of boot articulation, but he does have a hinge and ankle pivot. And that is going to do it for this review, everyone. I didn't honestly want to spend a whole lot of time on this figure just because of the fact that, number one, a lot of people might have just been passing over it because it's another Captain America figure. And two, even if you didn't pass over it, it is literally another Captain America figure based on a figure that we've already seen. So didn't really bring anything new to the table other than it just got some of us who maybe didn't have a 2011 version of Cap to get one in our collection. So, and that's basically what it's going to do for me. He'll be up on display next to my Mark I Iron Man at some point. So, but with that being said, that is it for the review. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my video and have a great day.